All right, guys, welcome back to Subliminal Escapes. My name is Steven Stangalini. We appreciate you being here. The Taiwan journey continues. This episode, we begin to explore Taipei and what this wonderful city has to offer. From the amazing breakfast we had at our hotel to start the day, to meeting up with a guide from Get Your Guide and learning what kind of wonderful cuisine this city has to offer. Stick around. We will also make our way to the famous night market in Taipei, Taiwan, seeing exactly what this city has to offer, why we chose this place, does it live up to the hype? And I will tell you, spoiler alert, this city definitely lives up to the hype. Don't forget, guys, we appreciate you being here. Like, follow, subscribe if you enjoy the content you're seeing. Otherwise, let's continue this journey on Subliminal Escapes into Taipei, Taiwan. The Dandy Hotel, Tianjin Branch, Taipei, Taiwan. A boutique hotel that we found on TripAdvisor, which absolutely checked every box for what we were looking for in a hotel. Now, if you've paid attention to our journey so far while we were in Japan, you noticed that each hotel had a very good level of cleanliness, location convenience, very friendly staff, and everything about it overall was, well, I should say, worth it. The reviews on TripAdvisor did not steer us wrong. We chose this hotel based on its proximity to the underground metro system in Taipei. And a bonus, they actually included a free breakfast buffet. If you stay at the Dandy Hotel, Tianjin Branch in Taipei, you can expect a pleasant and reliable breakfast buffet. With a good variety of local plus Western options, friendly staff, tidy space, ideal for a comfortable start to your day in Taipei. If you're hoping for a lavish buffet with dozens of stations and premium seafood or high-end luxury fare, this might not be that level. But for its category and price point, it delivers well. At least it did for us. One of my favorite things here was definitely the coffee station, being that I do enjoy coffee, but I also enjoyed having some noodles for breakfast and some fresh meat as well. Different than what we're used to in the US, but I will tell you, everything here was as delicious as it looks on screen. There's a laundry facility located at this hotel. If you need to do some laundry, you have to break change, but you can get it done here, and that was wildly convenient for us. The staff at the hotel, as I said before, were very friendly. They helped us out. They kind of guided us a little bit on the best way to get to the train station or maybe what restaurant to eat at, vice versa. Once again, this hotel was suggested on TripAdvisor, and again, checked every box, hands down. Our first day in Taipei, we are going to meet a guide from Get Your Guide, but first we have to navigate the train system. As I said in the last video, navigating these train systems does not have to be so complex. With the help of Google Translate, if something wasn't in English, it wasn't too difficult to figure out how to use these machines, how to buy your tickets, etc. However, at each kiosk, there is an option, once you use Google Translate, I believe, to switch it to English. It may have stood out on the screen where it simply said the word English. You press there and you're able to see in English what you need, but don't quote me on that. I'm almost certain I had to use my Google Translate app to get it to change the language at the kiosk. After reading a couple of signs and using Google Translate to find my way through the train station, we finally made our way to the platform where our train arrived, and as you saw in our Japan videos, I was blown away from the train system in Taipei. It reminded me kind of like the BART system in the San Francisco Bay Area, except without the riffraff, crime, and dirtiness, noise, etc. This was the complete opposite. It was clean, it was friendly, it was efficient, it was easy, and overall, it made our trip getting around Taipei pretty enjoyable. it would take away the stress of renting a car or trying to take Uber everywhere. Not to say that taking an Uber is stressful, but renting a car in a foreign place may be. After navigating our way out of the station, it was time to meet up with our guide. Once again, we decided to book a food tour we found on Get Your Guide in Taipei. And let me tell you guys, what you're about to see was, man, some of these things I was familiar with, some were not. And it was just a wonderful experience to utilize our time or make the most of our time in Taipei by having somebody guide us in the right direction. We met with our guide and she took us into a very local kind of hole-in-the-wall market, not the big night market like you're used to seeing on YouTube, but this local area for residents, which provided basically groceries, seafood, fruits, vegetables, meats, whatever you wanted. Every now and then we would stop with our guide, whose name was Garen, I might add. She would suggest, hey, let's try this. Let's take a taste of that. And there are multiple stops on these food tours, so you want to come with an empty stomach. But every time you stop, you might get a slice of mushroom or a piece of meat or a piece of fruit or some type of a tea drink over and over and over again. All of this is occurring while the guide on your tour is giving you a little bit of history into how that food came about and why they choose to eat it. Now, this food here is fishball soup, which sounds very bizarre, but it was actually really good. And I got to tell you, if you're not familiar with what fishball soup is a simple, comforting dish popular across Chinese and Southeast Asian cuisines. The soup is light and savory, featuring bouncy fish balls served in a clear broth with various vegetables and noodles. Guys, I will tell you, it did not taste fishy to me. It tasted almost like a different kind of meatball with a smidge of fish flavor. To my surprise, it was actually really good, and I'd eat it again, hands down, if it's offered at a restaurant that we go to that serves this specific kind of food. After a brief stop for lunch, trying fishball soup and various other things, we stopped at a local temple, which the beauty of it was very striking to me. But something more so was the fact that Garen was able to leave her purse right near the entrance and not a single stranger would touch it or steal it. To which I had asked her, is this something that's normal here? She said, yeah, theft is very, very minimal. It's not much different than any other city, but here people have what's called respect. After a brief photo opportunity, we made our way to a place that sold boba as well as delicious gyoza and dumplings. Guys, if you think you know Chinese food or Taiwanese food where you're from, I get it, but I will tell you the dumplings while you're there on a food tour, beyond compare. Beyond compare. As we continue the food tour, we go to a place where there is delicious shaved ice. This shaved ice contained various roots for the sweetening, kind of like a potato, kind of like a taro or ube, so to say. Needless to say, you mix it all together with a little bit of something on there to make it sweet besides the taro, but it's also natural. It was a really delicious treat on a hot day. And let me tell you guys, this day in Taipei was absolutely hot. Garen continued to guide us on our street food journey in Taipei, where we make our way to another wonderful area where the shopping is vibrant, the restaurants are lively, and the hustle and bustle is just generally all around this area. I had told our guide, Garen, how much we were really enjoying this tour so far, and we were enjoying seeing parts of Taipei that we would have never known existed had we not booked the tour on Get Your Guide. Most people go for the touristy areas, but this was not touristy. It was kind of in the cuts, so to say, as you make your way to the areas that are somewhat popular and or touristy. A couple of locals were intrigued I was filming for YouTube, and after sharing some smiles with us, we continue our journey to try some more delicious food. Our first stop would be a delicious fruity tea type drink. I couldn't tell you the name of it, guys, but it was so wonderfully refreshing. Michelle and I looked at each other like, man, this is really good. This spot right here, guys, if you're in Taipei, I got to look up the name of it and let you guys know, was absolutely amazing. Combined with the fruit or little berry type things on a stick. Don't quote me on exactly what it was, but it was absolutely wonderful. Now, these drinks that Garen is preparing for us are almost like a shot glass of wheatgrass, but instead it was, as you see right there, this creamy, fruity concoction that was just wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and we kept ranting and raving about it after the fact. We continue walking through the neighborhood. It's time to eat some more delicious food. Eventually, we end up in a restaurant that serves delicious Taiwanese sausage, Taiwanese noodles. Oh my goodness, guys. The food here, I got to tell you, was absolutely amazing. Similar stuff we're used to seeing in the food we eat back home, but this just tasted so much better, being that we were in Taipei eating these wonderful, delicious meals. The dumplings, by the way, were absolutely amazing. To die for, guys. Would I go back to Taipei, Taiwan? Absolutely. After our tour was over, Michelle and I decided to continue exploring this neighborhood. And as you see, it's just vibrant. It's a beautiful day. It's very lively. We tried to go into a local establishment that was playing jazz, but they wanted some astronomical cover charge, to which we said no. But then we stumbled into this area, which we thought was kind of weird. It's a coffee house that sells coffee that comes from the civet cat. Now, if you don't know what that is, I would suggest you look it up because it's disgusting in terms of the way it's created. I will leave it at that. But the taste overall was really good. A very expensive cup of coffee where if you sit there and overthink the way it was created, it will kind of make you think, do I really want to drink this? But the vibe and the atmosphere in there were good. And the coffee, as they were saying, they're like, this is really good. They weren't wrong. It was really good. It was better than many cup of coffees I've had. We had to try it while in Taipei. After our food tour, we make our way back to our hotel to freshen up for a little bit. We've become quite proficient at riding these trains. And after freshening up, it's time to once again head on out and go to the night market. That coin that Michelle had in her hand is what you're going to use when you get on and off these trains. When you go to the machine to get your ticket, it's going to spit out a coin, and that coin is how you get on the train and how you exit the station. Keep it with you. Keep it in your pocket. It will be worth having. If you lose it, you may have to pay a fine for fare evasion. As we get close to our hotel before heading out to the night market, we hit up 7-Eleven, which, like in Japan, was absolutely amazing. Very similar to the ones in Japan. Not as good, but much better than in the US. And it had everything you would want to stay, whether you want hydrated or quench your thirst or hunger, they had it. Great place to stop for a snack. Now, we are finally making our way to the famous night market in Taipei. The one we chose was the Shilin night market, the biggest and most famous, a must visit for first timers. There's also the Ryohei, I hope I'm saying that right, Ryohei street market, the Ningxia street market, and the Tonghua night market. The Shilin market was the place to be, guys. Let me tell you, the night markets in Taipei are one of the city's most vibrant, sensory-rich experiences, featuring a blend of sizzling street food, neon lights, chatter, and local life that stretches late into the night. And here's what you can expect. As the evening falls, streets in this area transform into bustling corridors of light and sound. Brightly colored lights flash above tightly packed stalls, and the air is thick with the scent of grilled meats, fried snacks, and sweet pastries. Scooters weave through narrow lanes and crowds. Locals, students, travelers fill every corner, snacking and shopping as they go. The energy is friendly, noisy, and alive. Taipei's night markets are best known for their street food, with some dishes so famous that entire lines form for them. A few must-tries are stinky tofu, oyster omelet, pepper buns, bubble tea. In this case, I tried the Korean corn dog filled with cheese, like a giant fried mozzarella stick, so to say.
This thing is going to be really hot, guys. Korean corn dog, mozzarella cheese. This market is absolutely cracking right now. I'm probably going to burn my mouth doing this. That's freaking delicious.
And cut.
Absolutely amazing, delicious, tasty. And now, granted, Michelle gave me some, busted my chops a little bit for eating Korean food in Taipei, but I said, hey, if it's at the night market, anything goes, and we're going to taste this delicious food. Now, even though this is a staple of tourism that everybody flocks to, and it is a vital part of the economy in Taipei, our opinion overall is a lot of this food you can get any of the local restaurants instead of going out on a crowded hot evening and trying to fight these crowds with limited trash cans. This meal right here was absolutely amazing. It was a dumpling, like a breaded type dumpling that was cooked inside of this round cylinder type container. Sesame base, sesame oil. Oh my goodness, it was so good, guys. Now, me enjoying delicious pastries, I had to get these waffle type bubbles you can get at most boba shops back in the US. On our final stop, we stopped in this place because we wanted to get out of the heat and get into somewhere air conditioned, where they have these skewers of meat that you pick out, and then they're going to cook them for you. And it sounded and looked so delicious. We couldn't wait to get in there and try these little skewers we concocted, different flavors of meat, and see what these Taiwanese skewers tasted like. And those skewers, as delicious as they were, I was expecting something else. I was expecting something similar to yakitori that you would get in Japan. And albeit it was good, I was kind of let down based on an unrealistic expectation. Guys, you've been watching Subliminal Escapes. You've seen what it's like so far on our first full day in Taipei, Taiwan. You've got to experience the food that we tried, see what the sights and sounds of this wonderful city are like, and why we chose to vacation in Taipei, Taiwan. Coming up next, on our next episode of Subliminal Escapes, we do some touristy stuff, and if you've watched our last couple of videos, we did something similar in Tokyo. We visit the tallest building in Taipei, also known as Taipei 101. What is this experience going to be like? Is it going to live up to its hype? Fun fact, Taipei 101 used to be the world's tallest building, and there's some pretty cool technology involved in the construction of this building and how to prevent it from swaying too much during typhoons or earthquakes. So once again, stick around. We always appreciate you being here on Subliminal Escapes. A quick note, as you've seen so far with these videos, we're not afraid to explore a foreign place. We're not afraid to explore somewhere where the language may not be what we're used to. It's quite all right. I want to give a shout out to Google. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but they're two things that have made life absolutely game-changing, or have been game-changing things that have occurred while vacationing. One is the invention of GPS. Hands down, one of the best things ever invented. because now with the invention of Google Maps, and if you have a cell phone provider, which we always do, you can navigate no problem wherever you're at just with the help of an app in your native language. Game changing. If you travel to anywhere, it doesn't matter if it's Japan, Taipei, Thailand, Vietnam, Europe, wherever you may go, if the language is different, fret not, download Google Maps. It can be absolutely helpful as long as you have a connection in navigating the place you choose to vacation. Another thing, shout out to Google for Google Translate. I would at least make the effort, or we would make the effort. Sure, we know how to say, hello or thank you, but there's a lot more to language than just that. I would type into the app what I wish to convey, and I would attempt to speak it, albeit I may sound silly, but I would attempt to speak it to an individual who may not have been familiar with English, and sometimes they can understand. Even though it may not be perfect, it didn't make a difference because it was the effort that was given into the communication aspect of things. And for the most part, it worked. Now, don't get it twisted. Every now and then we may have to show our phone to somebody, or they may show their phone to us. But the translation app is game changing when you're going to a place or a foreign land that you've never been where the language is not your very own. Guys, once again, my name is Steven Stangalini. You've been locked into Subliminal Escapes. We always appreciate you being here. Stay tuned for the next episode where we explore Taipei 101, a little bit of the local neighborhoods in our neighborhood while in Taipei, and see what else this fun-filled city has to offer. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.